Hey, if you're trying to make your aggressive music sound way, way, way louder, but you are struggling with loss of transients or it just sounds like garbage and you're getting all these artifacts, this video is for you. What's going on? My name is Bobby Balo. I'm the mixing and mastering engineer at Raytown Productions, which is an online mixing and mastering studio. I also run a Facebook community called the Home Studio Fast Track. So if you are a music creator that's looking to level up your music, you should definitely check it out. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I put out videos every single week on different types of mixing and mastering tutorials. We do a lot of gear reviews. It's a great resource and you do not want to miss a single video. So one of the biggest things that I see when people are trying to make their songs super loud, especially for genres that are bass heavy and aggressive like metal or hip hop or rap or whatever, is they try to do too much with one single limiter or one single maximizer. Anytime you do way too much with a single plugin, you're setting yourself up for failure. And I'm going to show you exactly how awful it sounds if you do too much limiting. So the secret basically is we're going to do a very little amount of work using the final limiter, and we're going to do a lot of the volume loudness control before the limiting. For metal, we want to keep it punchy, aggressive, and so there's only one tool in my opinion that you should use for that, and that's a clipper. And a lot of people are probably like, oh, I've been told clipping's bad. Don't clip. It distorts everything and sounds like garbage. That is a bunch of bullshit. In fact, I'm going to show you in a session how much better it sounds when you just do some clipping before you have it hit the limiter. So the song that we're going to be listening to today is by a band called Funeral Singer. I mastered their album a few months ago. Definitely check them out. Their album is sick. So the clipper I'm using today is by a company called Kazrog. It's the K-Clip 3. It's super simple. So I'm using the smooth algorithm. The soften knob is at 0, so this is going to be a hard clipper because we want to maintain those aggressive transients. This is metal. I'm digging in about 10 dB into this track. I have the clipper set up so that when we bypass it, it's not going to change the volume at all in the output signal. That way, it's a very clear comparison by how much this clipper is actually helping. All right, so let me just play you the song. Let's just first start with a limiter and try to really crank the volume out of this track. And you're going to hear how much the artifacts pop out and how it doesn't sound good when you really, really push it and drive into a single limiter. So I've adjusted the gain so that when I turn the limiter on, it's going to be exactly at the same volume. Again, so you're not being tricked into thinking that something that's louder sounds better. Okay, so let's hit play. You'll hear how much it sounds like crap when we just run it right into a limiter. I mean, you can hear all those artifacts, right? It doesn't sound good, and we're losing all the impact from the song. So check this out. All we do is literally put this clipper before it, and I have, again, the settings are smooth, 0% soften, so it's a hard clipper. I have 32x oversampling, which is set up by default. Okay, we really want to make sure that we're doing a lot of oversampling to minimize any of the aliasing that can happen. Again, I'm pushing the gain up 10 dB. And then I'm reducing it by 10. So again, that's going to compensate for that loudness factor. So we're only actually going to be hearing the differences in audio. Let's take a look at what it's actually doing, okay? I'll turn this back on, and you'll be able to see that it's basically just chopping all the transients off, okay? So let's back it up. Let's play. So look at that, okay? Now again, this red here is showing now the amount of gain reduction that the limiter is doing, okay? It's at 0.4 dB. Before, when we didn't have the clipper in, right, -6 dB, -4.9. Okay, it's doing a lot of heavy lifting. You put that clipper in, listen to how clean and transparent it sounds, and it's way, way, way louder. Check it out. Without the clipper. Sounds pretty awesome, right? Pretty much any clipper is going to do something similar. They're a little bit different, and if you're interested in seeing all the different clippers that I like to use and shoot out every time, I'm making a video. I'll put a link up here as soon as it's available. Now, I will say this does not solve all the problems ever made in mixing and mastering, okay? If your song isn't mixed well, all those flaws are going to come to the surface during mastering. So as you're trying to raise the volume, all those inadequacies overlap and step on each other, and what ends up happening is your song's going to start sounding like crap. So this is not a substitute for a well-mixed song. However, if your song is reasonably mixed, you can definitely use this to make your songs a lot louder, cleaner, punchier than if you just throw a limiter and just slam the hell out of it at the end. I just wanted to really showcase the power of putting a clipper before a limiter, and I hope you guys got something out of this. If you did, make sure that you hit the thumbs up button. Let other people know that this video is helpful. Hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss a video. And again, if you want to level up your music, be sure to stop by my Facebook community called the Home Studio Fast Track and learn with a bunch of other music creators and producers just like yourself. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video.